live, sort of. Everyone, welcome to Tier 3 of Overwatch Oasis. Tonight we have, what is this, Valkyries versus We The Ops.
Valhalla versus We the Ops. Valhalla
Valhalla.
on the blue side. We have Brow Daddy, Sakura Sauce, and Hook of Sorrow. Weird Hex, just Moose running a Brian Zarya, May Doomfist, and a Zen Baptiste.
Sounds like fun. We The Ops here running with the classic Ryan Zarya along with the Doomfist Junkrat. Followed by a Lucio and Moira. So we start things off, Magic Man here getting and the follow-up there from Disc. So I'm liking the retreat on the side of Valhalla here. It's going to be a little bit of a unorthodox recording here for anyone that is going to be watching this on the YouTube. But hopefully it's all going to run smoothly. Before you forget, I'm your caster for tonight, Sebi, and joining me we have Jibber16.
Hello, everybody.
Okay, so Anne's starting things off very strong and taking out Butt, so this should be quite an easy take from Valhalla. Yeah, it looks like the picks are going in favor of Valhalla right now, so
Definitely was a strong initial take here on the side of We the Ops, but Valhalla has followed up kind of, in return with their own attack here, so.
yeah, they were able to flip the point just before 50%, so that's definitely what you want. You never want to let one team get to about 80-90% because it always turns into a one-fight territory. Here we do see Butt go for a shatter, unfortunately was missed in the back. Now Sakura here does have the grab available, does find two in it, both tanks. I think a little overinvestment of ults there. Weird Hex using the Coalescence, but Book of Sorrows also following up.
I like that we have Valhalla sort of pushing to choke here, kind of keeping their presence there in the beginning, but also knowing when to back out and just play safely here.
Yeah, they do need to be careful now since they're going to be dealing with a Grav Tire potentially. A nice shatter there from Brow Daddy. Was able to find 2 or 3, but the tire takes out and they're going to have a beat to work with coming into this counter beat as well from Just Moosh. Now we're seeing a few
Impressive
ults
stun
coming
there from
online.
IQ Simple. A lot of their team was, stuck in the hammer down there, and they were able to stun Brow Daddy out from being able to charge the rest of the team, and probably would have gotten 2 or 3 picks there.
Not a bad hold here from Valhalla, able to bring it up to about 70-80% before having the point flipped, so was definitely a difficult hold there, especially coming against 3 ults there.
I want to point out that this is their first week playing without Andrew on main tank on We the Ops, so I think Buttweiser is really doing a good job kind of filling in here and synergizing with Super Ninja.
Speaking
on
of
this
Buttweiser, starts things off strong, taking out the Moira. We do see a grab here as well from Super Ninja. So Buttweiser finds himself at 2k. Make that a 3, and he also does have the shatter to work with. Now we do
Really
have
happy to see he did not engage with that, because we talk about it all the time that we definitely see a lot of
Ryan Zarya's kind of used both ults there, and instead he sort of just charged into the grab, which was smart.
Yeah, so we do have a few high impactful ults coming into this fight. It's pretty much going to be a last fight territory here. I'm imagining Anne's going to use this Reaper as soon as possible, and they're going to able to find block. The boop did stop them from getting any more picks there, but I think the damage is already done, and we do see a flip. Grab does also come out from Sakura. I think that was maybe a little unneeded, seeing as though picks were going in their favor.
Both supports did unfortunately go down early there on the side of We the Ops, but I do think We the Ops has enough. They do have enough time to do one last push here and fight, especially if that Lucio is the one to touch point. So.
Yeah, we do have quite a few ults coming into this last fight. Now the question is who's going to engage first. Oh, and a big stun there, taking out Disc as he was going.
Very unfortunate, because they did want to use that as an engagement ult there, so.
And it looks like Valhalla. Valhalla take map 1.
It's so hard when you don't cast the game and start off casting the game and, you know, doing the little team name changes and such.
Team name changes, checking everyone's roster. It can get confusing.
So we get Night Market, and it looks like both of these teams might be running mirror comps right now. We'll be interested to see if the Doomfist does stick for both. Oh, as we say that, score switches to ball instead.
Yeah, I think the sim is definitely strong on this map. Just pretty much, you can either TP straight from spawn and then swap over to someone else, or just use the TP to get up into the window and set up. I have a feeling that both teams are actually going for that here.
Which makes just an immediate brawl on point. Both Doomfists doing a really good job of taking out, you know, just a couple of different characters. But Book of Sorrow with 2 picks, 3 early picks right now. Definitely looks like a bit of a cleanup here for Valhalla.
Unfortunately, we the Opps didn't actually focus down the sim turrets at the start of the fight. And we can see that with And almost at ult already here. We do see a swap from Magic Man onto the Pharah this time around, so quite a smart swap. Super Ninja also going onto the Roadhog here.
I was going to say, the sim strat usually only works once, so really happy to see them kind of making a couple of different swaps here and, you know, working around a new strat for engagement. Ooh, unfortunate for IQ Simple. IQ Simple sort of rushing in there a little bit and took a fire strike to the face, unfortunately, and then the turrets kind of just helped finish that up.
And the Shadow does come out along with... God, I forget Doomfist, so... What's its name?
I don't know.
I'm having a brain fart.
I don't play Doomfist. Slam? Whatever it is?
Big Slam. Okay, we'll go with Slam. Meteor Strike, there we go.
Meteor Strike.
We got there in the end, guys.
He doesn't say the voice line or anything.
And they say.
Nice early pick there from Magic Man, able to take out one of the supports. So it looks like we'll be depending on just Moosh to hopefully get that beat to kind of help the team survive here.
Beat does actually come out from just Moosh, and this should be enough for them to take the picks. And Poe's doing a lot of work, able to find 2 before being taken out by Super Ninja.
Yeah, it still seems as if these turrets are causing a lot of problem here for We the Opps, and they're not really able to kind of focus their attention on taking them down due to all of the Valhalla members on point. Saw a really good hook there from Super Ninja, but the
Nice
stun
grab
from
as well
Book of
here.
Sorrows was able to save Weird Hex.
It's definitely quite difficult playing a Pharah into a sim in a map like this where you don't have a Mercy either. Ooh, and a nice shatter there from Brow, able to take out... who is that? IQ. But yeah, it's looking like Valhalla with a strong start, able to take map 1 here. What do you think about that then?
Yeah, honestly, both teams looked really good there. Nala, enough. Both teams looked really good there. I thought rolling out that We the Opps kind of definitely had a really strong point presence, especially to take things initially, but it looks like Valhalla kind of just settled into themselves very quickly, and really, that Doomfist comp is very complementary to how they play.
Yeah, I think map 1 it was definitely a back and forth. Map 2, I think as soon as the sim was set up from Anpo, it was really difficult getting them off point. I like the swap onto the Pharah, but I think a Mercy definitely would have helped there.
So it looks like we had some swaps. We see some different people coming in: BX Hunter, Ravioli, D-Man, Little Masala. On the side of We the Opps, I don't think they're having any player changes there.
Was Block in last round?
I cannot recall, if I'm being honest. I'd have to go back and check. But if not, Block is in. But on the side of We the Opps, they are going to be attacking with this Sigma Zarya. I like the Sombra early pick here from the Junkrat. and we have a Zen Baptiste.
And on the side of Valhalla's, we do have the double shield with the Ash Junkrat. Got that Mercy for the damage boost, and Lil Masala for the nades and the nanos. Lil Masala is able to take out Magic Man, and it's going to be a pretty okay hold here. They do need to take out Super Ninja, who's just pummeling in damage from the high ground right now.
I do like the sort of backing out here on the side of We the Opps. You know, they definitely doing their best to kind of break this double shield here and get some picks. But D-Man Bill is able to take both supports out, which is really going to stop this push right now.
Yeah, D-Man there in the back lines, just putting in work right now. Is trapped and taken out by his counterpart, Magic Man. So if these guys regroup here, they might be able to take point A. That being said, we do see the res from Moosh. Okay, so it looks like they're going to be rotating onto the high ground here. I'm on a huge 3k tire from D-Man. That's going to stop their push immediately here. Aki Simple trying to take out Ravioli there, but the peel was available.
What do you think we need to see here from We the Opps? I mean, I think this comp is working for them, but I think really Demon Bills is really strong right now, kind of stopping a lot of different pushes here.
Yeah, honestly, I want to see them sort of push onto D-Man. We've seen him sort of be really aggressive at points and pretty much be in the back line, so if you could get maybe IQ Simple to worry about D-Man when he comes into the back lines, then I think they're definitely going to have a stronger attack here. We do see a few ults online for them as well, so if they can maybe use the EMP tire or, you know, save the grab for one of those ults.
Yeah, you definitely want to see grab tire. I think would be a little more effective than EMP tire, but
Flux does come out from Brow Daddy, but Block is there with the trans. Picks going back and forth right now. But Wiser to start things off, Block with a follow-up. D-Man does get IQ Simple, but is this tire going to be enough to confirm? If that tire can get up at least. There we go.
So interestingly enough there, Block kind of ulted, I think, a little bit early for that fight, and Brow Daddy still chose to use Flux, seeing that was up. I feel as if Brow Daddy had just waited, you know, a couple of seconds more out, it would have been more impactful for Valhalla there, and they would have been able to get some follow-up picks there.
I agree. I think the ults there were just enough anyway. We had Magic Man get the 2k with the tire. We did see picks going in favor of Valhalla to begin with anyway, so I would have liked to see Brow Daddy there saving the ult, but as we say that, he's at 50% to another ult already, so fair play to him there.
Yeah, something we've seen from the last two games from Brow Daddy. He does a very good job at building up these ultimates and really kind of quickly doing it too.
He is going to be sort of caught out of position here. He needs to be careful. Oh, and he eats the grab from Super Ninja.
Unfortunate, the solo. I don't know if that was a solo grab or if the rest of the Opps was kind of behind.
I'm pretty sure it was.
Unfortunate for Super Ninja there to kind of throw that right into the eating.
Now let's see here. We are still. I mean, IQ Simple is gonna start things off hopefully with that EMP as your dogs go crazy in the background.
Yeah, sorry chat. Sorry everyone watching back. It's unfortunately this is why I don't cast games early. It's their playtime.
A big Flux there, finding 4. Unfortunately, wasn't able to get the kills because they were over 50% health there.
It was a really nice follow-up nade there from Little Masala to keep the rest of the team kind of more than halfway healthy too once they hit the ground. So good timing on that.
Looks like the pressure is in favor of We the Opps here, and they are going to be able to get the pick slowly but surely. I'm liking this resetting and backing up from Valhalla right now. Definitely got a chance to retake this here. Unless IQ Simple has something to say about that. Able to find Lil Masala as well. This is definitely going to be tough with only Mercy healings here. Unless Mercy gets the res. And Magic Man with a 2k tire again. We're seeing some pretty big tires from both sides here.
But the Opps doing a really good job of kind of just settling in and pushing this payload very aggressively onto point. They need to follow up on these last couple of kills right now. Amazing hack from IQ Simple, able to take Brow Daddy out of that flux.
Unfortunately, no one found in the graph for Super Ninja there, but doesn't matter. It looks like they're getting the picks, and they will be able to take it to the final third.
It looks like Valhalla really wanted to try and stall that out as much as possible, but ended up kind of being a little bit staggering on the kills, and it might be unfortunate right now for Brow Daddy, who's now on the Zarya and could get caught out trying to escape, but I think they are able to escape.
What do you think with a Rhyme Zarya versus a Sigma Zarya?
I was gonna say that can be the unfortunate thing that can happen, but it looks like it didn't really affect me, the Opps, too much there. I do like the idea of the Sigma Zarya, especially because of the eat, so, you know, kind of able to negate the other Zarya and has a shield. But,
My controller's done. I think you can make Rhyme Zarya work against the Sigma. I would want to see maybe like a Lucio just to help out the Rhyme Zarya tank duo. But look at how far they're going just to get the picks here.
yeah, they have to be careful not to get too caught out and too aggressive following up on those kills. Sometimes it is best to kind of let, you know, the enemy team escape out, but I do like the assertion of dominance there.
EMP does come out and finds 3.
Really
No
nice
deaths.
nade follow-up there from Masala, able to kind of help save the X-Hunter while also taking out IQ Simple.
Yeah, fortunately he didn't get caught in that EMP, so he could use his cooldown still. Brow Daddy here with a 3k. It's going to be very difficult right now for we the Opps to even touch point. We see Magic trying to touch, but they all know he's there.
Would have liked to see maybe Magic kind of wait another second or two, because this would be the perfect opportunity for him to be touching, but instead,
Nice grab,
we
but-
do get Disc Q on point.
Yeah, massive touch there. Fortunately wasn't caught out in the grab because he was hiding up top. And here comes a tire. Is it going to be a
This
big
tire,
one?
yep.
Ooh,
This
Magic
tire
Man
is
there opening up
keeping
the fight there.
hopes alive.
And they are going to be able to take it around the corner. Is that going to be enough for them to get all 3 points though?
They really need to make sure they properly focus on who to take out quickly on Valhalla. Hopefully, you know, this is a situation where alt tracking is imperative.
Nice
Just
headshot there
does
from
go
Ravioli.
down there. Yeah, the alt tracking is imperative to know who needs to go first.
Unfortunately, D-Man has died with ult there. It's quite a big ult. We have seen massive tires right now, so it's definitely needed. Ravioli swapping onto the Mei, hopefully to get the stall in. Tire comes out. They're expecting it. Is it going to get anyone? Another 2k tire.
So
Did D-Man
close
just
to
save the
almost
point
having it in. Yeah, he did. I'm not sure how the block wasn't on point there, but block, I think, to avoid the tire potentially was just not on point and was not able to touch at the last moment.
Man, these tires are a treat to watch. I don't think we've seen anything below a 2k come from these tires. Maybe you need a Farad to deal with it. What would you do in that situation? I know you're a Junkrat specialist here.
I do love my Junkrat. In that situation, honestly, Soldier, I think, is a smart pick, kind of, for that. You can still kind of keep a little bit of distance. You can Felix the tire, take it out as quickly as possible, while still being able to kind of run back to point, and you can, you know, if you know you're going down and your team is still there, you can drop your healing pad. I think Farah is a good shout. Echo definitely couldn't hurt, especially because then you can copy that Junkrat in return and build up your own tire almost equally as quickly. May is never a bad option because between the walls and between the ability to kind of freeze yourself, you can stall that tire out a little bit
Yeah.
and or protect some of your team from that tire if possible.
Well, speaking of the soldier, we do see a soldier Junkrat comp on the defensive side from We the Ops here. Are going to be running that Sigma Zarya again with the Baptiste Mercy. So maybe they
And then on the
heard your call there.
and on the side of Valhalla, it looks like we're getting the mobile double shield with birds and an Ana Mercy. So really happy to see the two birds in play, but that soldier, especially damage boosted, might be a little problematic for them.
Yeah, definitely going to be tough for IQ Simple to do on his own. I wouldn't be surprised if we see a swap from Magic Man soon just to help out.
Interesting positioning that we the Ops are kind of in right now. They definitely were spread, but very much coming back together, back onto the payload there. Two tanks, unfortunately, are back into a bit of a corner, but it looks like the rest of the Ops is really helping to kind of get them out of this situation. Because as we can see, they are both very low right now.
Yeah, IQ Simple doesn't need help with another hit scan. He's got it all by himself.
Mm-hmm.
I saw a really annoying trap here from Magic Man, and it did actually find Moosh. So don't you just love it when you see random traps on payload? BX Hunter here, he is on his own. He's got to be really careful right now. He is deep. Oh, but he does find the Shatter and finds two with it. The rest of his team are coming, but Pix still going back and forth. Flux comes out and finds two. Although the nanoed pin from BX Hunter is going to take out Buttweiser. Super Ninja does find three in his grab. And finds a 3k of himself as well. Make that 4k. Make that 5k, this man's on fire. Okay, so we are going to see a few ults coming online from the attacking side here. Ravioli swapping onto... Oh well, both DPS are swapping now. D-Man going onto the Reaper and Ravioli on the Ashe here. I don't know, I kind of would have wanted to see that barrage coming online.
Yeah, it definitely would have been interesting, especially because you could have followed up immediately with, you know, a tire on the ground from the Echo. So it's a constant barrage of air and ground damage. Because everyone would have kind of grouped up behind a shield there from the barrage, and the tire could have kind of wiped the team at that point.
BX does find two in that shatter. IQ Simple was able to also get one, I believe, with his visor. So looking
Really
like,
nice anti there from Masala to take out both tanks.
looking like Valhalla here may be able to take the point unless this tire has something to say about it. What a nice fire strike from BX. Ravioli stuck in a trap. Wasn't able to get the Mercy, unfortunately, but yeah,
Caused
Pigs
enough
are
pressure
there.
to back that Mercy out, though, and you know the rest of Valhalla was there to kind of follow up on that. So it's kind of interesting that both of these teams had, I'm not going to say a struggle, but like it wasn't just a quick first point take for either of these teams. They both had to kind of change their comps around a little bit and adjust accordingly to the other teams. So really strong defensive compositions from both We the Ops and Valhalla.
We see D-Man here take the high ground, trying to take IQ Simple out. Fortunately, wasn't able to because who was that? Disc was there. Now, a couple of ults are used mainly in favor of We the Ops. Have really not a lot to work with coming into this next fight, though. Oh, we do see a Bob coming online. Again, I think the damage is already done from We the Ops here, and they are going to be able to hold. excited to see D-Man here and see if he's going to be able to get any value out of his ult.
Opps doing a nice job of sort of playing a bit split here. Everybody kind of on different high grounds and in different positions.
I'm wondering if D-Man is going to pop it. Well, there goes the Immort field. He's going to have a free ult if he decides to go for it now. Finds one before being taken out by the Flux from Buttweiser. I would have liked to see him use it a little earlier. As soon as you see that Immort field out, I'm pretty much pressing triangle immediately.
Does look like we also had the hammer down from BX Hunter that fight, so I'm not sure if maybe he just thought majority of them were kind of on the ground stunned, but really good use of the Flux, like you said, to kind of protect the rest of the team there too.
Really good sleeps from Lil Masala. I don't know if you've been noticing, but yeah, he's definitely been hitting some nice
his antis have not missed and have gotten literally no less than 2, and even when they get 2, they're really important in order for the team to get some really big picks and make some space.
And he is going to have a nano here for this next fight. We do see a few ults actually on the side of Valhalla's. Maybe I want to see them sort of combo Shatter with EMP. Is that possible? Is that possible? I really want that happening right now.
Shatter with EMP, interesting.
Yeah, good old classic combo.
I want to see a nanoed Mercy.
Okay, there comes the EMP.
I don't think we'll quite see Shatter this fight, as enough space is being made right now, but I think as the Rhine pushes in here through the choke is when we are going to see that Shatter.
Oh, Blob trying to get out of the
Narnia
way. His life flashed before him. Magic Man able to find 3 here. We are seeing a few ults on the side of We the Opps. And it's looking like they are going to hold.
Hunter used that ult to try and stop the impact from Magic Man, but Magic Man was able to get a quick 3, unfortunately.
Yeah, between Magic Man and IQ Simple, I'm pretty sure they just got 6k there. So, really good job in using both ults to actually get value towards the end. Now, realistically,
So it looks like
Valhalla...
we will be... I was going to say, coming down to last fight, right?
Yeah, Valhalla only have 2 ults to work with here, maybe 3.
I think Ravioli can build up this EMP very quickly, especially with the Valk from the Mercy.
Proud Daddy is able to find Super Ninja as well. Picks are actually going really heavily in favor for
D-Man already back
Valhalla
with the...
Looks like Valhalla take that.
That means the score currently is 2-0 Valhalla for anybody that decides to tune into this past broadcast.
Yeah, we'll probably put it up in the notifications for everyone to watch. Volskaya is next, so let's get going.
Traveling to Volskaya Industries.
Yeah, so Valhalla definitely with a strong performance. With the Opps are actually doing pretty good as well. They definitely had a stronger defense. They're able to stop Valhalla. Was it Valhalla?
Yes.
Yeah, We the Opps stopped Valhalla from getting all 3 points, right? Or am I going crazy? Valhalla stopped We the Opps.
Valhalla stopped We the Up, so it
That's
looks
what
like
I
on the
meant.
side. Looks like on the side of Valhalla, because you're really bad at this. We do have a new player, and Bean is now in. On the side of We the Ops, there are no changes, so I think Block has been in from the beginning, which I know is something we're trying to figure out there.
Yeah, so it looks like they are
I
actually
love.
gonna... Go ahead.
I love We the Ops, but I will say they have sometimes have a small tendency to kind of just show up with the minimum 6 there that they need for the teams. But it works out to their advantage, honestly.
I'm quite interested in the fact that they're playing Lucio and Ana for defense. I definitely would have wanted to see like a Baptiste over the Lucio, but we'll see how that goes with the Junkrat and Soldier. TP onto the high ground here to push off disc. That was actually quite a nice bubble there from Super Ninja to save disc there, but Magic Man starting things off with the first pick onto Brow Daddy. A pin into Narnia, isn't able to find anyone. And looks like a pretty solid hold there for We the Opps. Brow Daddy moving over onto the Diva. Wonder what the plan is, maybe to annoy the soldier.
So Super trying to kind of get a quick build up on the charge here, but
Yeah,
nice
he
to
is
see the
low right
retreat there so he doesn't get kind of caught out. I like the rotation here from Valhalla. Hard to kind of take that sort of positioning, especially against a Junkrat, so they need to move quickly through these little rooms, which we do see now.
Yeah, unfortunately they don't have their Lucio with them though, so... Honestly, I would have still waited at the top and waited for my Lucio to come back, but...
Yeah. I think they, and this is where they're now getting pincered, Magic Man kind of taking the opportunity to really work on getting some kills here.
Looks
A
like
little bit
that
of a
rotation
Lucio on
worked for them
Lucio.
though. And Disc
I'm
is
actually
finally taken out.
so I'm surprised that they were able to kind of get those kills and those follow-ups, especially being down somebody early, not having the Lucio as we talked about. So just really good focus fire there on the side of Valhalla.
And here swapping onto the Tracer as well. I wonder what the plan is there, maybe to annoy Block in the back?
Chat, just so you guys are aware, we will be uploading this into 2 different videos. We'll try and condense them into one if we can. Sort that out on the YouTube, but tonight
Nice
they'll be
grab
uploaded
there.
as 2.
And the tie as well for the follow-up. This is going to look like a solid hold there. Using 3 ults, questionable, but at least they've got 2 coming into this next fight. Valhalla do have quite a few ults online for the next fight though, so definitely going to be scary if I were with the Opps right now. What am I doing?
A little sad commentary from Java. They have to be careful there. VX Hunter, I think, has
He's looking
some
for it.
of...
Oh,
Yep.
but Buttweiser was watching him like a hawk and was able to actually block that shot.
Just a lot of ults, I think, are going to be poured into trying to kind of take this point, because it is, 2CP, one of the hardest to actually take here.
Yeah, surprisingly, with all the ults that Valhalla used there, we the Opps were able to hold. I think blocking that shot was definitely key from Buttweiser.
Yeah, I think there would have been at least 2 ticks right now on the board here for Valhalla if Buttweiser did not block that shatter. So.
And we are seeing a complete overhaul of changes from Valhalla, looking like they're going to go over to a dive. BX Hunter barely escaped with his life there, being stuck in that Junkrat trap. Oh, and a very strong start, taking out a lot of picks there with that bomb. And the follow-up from BX Hunter. It's looking like they will actually be able to take this unless we see any potential stall. That's rough dying with all those ults. And the hack as well. You're not allowed to flux in my territory. B comes out to combat the tire and it is taken out by Hand. Grab as well, finds 3. Wow. Magic Man, they're able to sort of pop off with all of them stuck in that grab. And they're going to be able to turn this around now because of that.
sorry.
Bless you.
Thank you. Until I wasn't speaking for a moment. Apologies.
Nice hack there from Ravioli to try and initiate a bit of this fight by taking out Buttweiser before he's able to, or not
Yeah.
taking him out, but hacking him so he wasn't able to really get a shield down immediately there.
The Super Ninja was ready for that though and did bubble Buttweiser to make sure nothing happens. Are we gonna see boobs? Oh, unfortunate.
Especially as that tire was just gated out, and I think that would have been a very big tire there for Magic. But we do see the swap to quick characters. Unfortunately, will not be able to touch.
Yeah, I think BX Hunter really wanted him out of the fight there, and it's a good thing he did because that tire, like you were saying, could have definitely put in a lot of work as we've seen so far.
Initiating match.
I was going to say, you know, just from the impacts that we have seen the tires doing tonight, I could definitely see why that was one of the first kind of characters to go for there.
Yeah, good job, because anything could have happened, right, with that tire. We've seen so far tonight, like, all the tires have been getting 2-3Ks, so...
Ready for battle.
Now, let's see here. On the defensive side, we are going to see the OG double shield with the Torb and Junkrat. We do see the Baptiste, which is nice to see, along with the Ana.
30 seconds.
And then on the side of We the Opps, we're getting that Ryan Zarya, the Doomfist again, along with a Reaper and a Moira Lucio.
Yeah, so
So
quite
it looks
a
like they're
broad
trying to
heavy team.
push in and brawl here.
All you need to do as double shield is pretty much keep the distance and, you know, easy.
Defend objective
Ravioli always kind of taking these interesting and, you know, high ground good angles as the Torb, getting some accurate shots in there early. We did see on Hollywood Ravioli take out Block when they tried to kind of be up on the high ground there.
Nice pick though. IQ Simple able to take out Junkrat before he builds up too much ult charge. Now they're all stuck in this one room against a brawl heavy team. That's going to be really difficult there on the side of Valhalla.
Yeah, especially without having their Junkrat there to kind of, you know, spam back at them and prevent them from kind of getting any space.
So with the Opps, they're quite convincingly taking point 1, going into the next point with just over 6 minutes. I don't think I've ever seen 6 minutes on the clock
Ooh, that's
before.
an impressive time bank. Especially also the ultimates that are almost online. They are close to 3 different ultimates, and the other 3, actually, I would not be shocked if they are built fairly quickly here.
But Weiser going around, maybe hoping to get a shatter soon. It's looking like we are going to see a shatter, maybe with a coalescence coming soon. But Weiser's got to act quickly though, because he has low shield. Does find... Oh wow, I'm surprised he only found 1 with that. And takes out Disc before he's able to ult as well. That's huge. Now Pixar going back and forth right now.
I was going to say the one thing, though, that We the Opps had to be careful about is using these ults in these fights, because it's, while there's always that want to steamroll and to push in and to take it, sometimes it's best to kind of just build, you know, check a fight out, build the remaining ultimates on the team if necessary, and then push in.
That was really fortunate in favor of Valhalla there, only using the 1 ult, which was the tire, in exchange for 3. We saw Buttweiser with a shatter, Block using the Koa, and Disc trying to use the beat as well, so It's going to be difficult now as they're only going to come into this with 3 ults. Albeit big ults, they do have a Space Jam available. And IQ here just going for a ride on the platforms.
Slowly making their way to point.
There it is.
IQ really just focusing
watch the
down.
quality,
Yeah, I was gonna say, man.
Yeah, you could tell the communication there was on point between Super Ninja and IQ Simple. And it was a
There
good job
is enough
taking out that
time.
BAP field, BAP Immork as well, so that he could really get the value from his Meteor Strike.
I was gonna say there is enough time here for Valhalla to kind of touch and try and, you know, take off as much time and focus down as many of the Opps as they can.
Grab does come out from Browdad. He finds a few in it, but Beat is there to sort of save the rest of the team. They are able to get the ticks. Here comes the Blizzard. Oh, that's a big one. Able to find 2 in it. Super Ninja was able to get Magic Man out of there just in time. And
But
surprisingly
really nice
lives with the
pull
Koa.
from block.
Yeah.
Yeah. Valhalla doing their very best right now to kind of just stall for point as long as possible.
Yeah, and they are doing a good job. We are going to see BX Hunter here come with the mines as well. Oh, good job from IQ Simple not to die to the mines. He was forced to use the strike there,
But he did use Meteor Strike right on the center of point to kind of help clear off some of those
Yeah.
mines a little bit so that his team also would not go down to them. So, you know, smart to kind of do that center point instead.
yeah, it looks like they were able to take point there within about 3 minutes. So, yeah, time banks are looking heavily in favor of We The Opps right now.
Especially with how quickly they did take point one and how well they defended point one.
Yeah, it wasn't a surprise that they would end up with a stronger time bank there, especially after point 1. But yeah, that combo between Super and IQ Simple was really fun to watch. I think that really done a number on Valhalla.
Ready for battle.
Okay, so We The Opps here on the defensive side are going to be running that Sigma Zarya. Seems like they really like this comp with the Soldier Junkrat. Pretty much the same comp as they ran the first time round.
30 seconds.
Changing that BAP into a Mercy. So maybe it's worth the res. We shall see. In all honesty, it might be because Valhalla here, they are running dive, but they've only got a minute.
Yeah, I think with knowing what the time bank is kind of a little bit, the res is definitely helpful.
They do need to be careful about going into this tiny room. Looks like Magic Man was able to use that to his advantage. Ooh, taking Brow Daddy out of mech, and they're leaving him as well.
Which is a smart decision to help one with the staggering, because now it is down to...
Absolutely.
They're actually kind of slowly staggering a lot of the different players here on Valhalla.
Block was incredibly low, but fortunately was able to get the health pack.
At this point, Valhalla is just going to be hoping for a really strong defensive hold themselves and to potentially draw this map out. Because if they can draw this map, it is a win for them.
Yeah, case scenario. It's definitely going to be tough since we the Opps coming into this with just under 3 minutes. Yeah, I like the idea of the dive, but I think going into this room against a Junkrat wasn't the best call. Especially when you don't have like a Lucio. If you've got a Zen who really doesn't have any mobility, you gotta protect him.
I can agree with that.
But the defensive side here, running a Rhine Zarya, pretty much a brawl comp here, with the May Reaper as well. They do need to watch out for a potential Pharah. I think that's what Moosh is there for, but might be pretty difficult if we the Opps decide to run a Pharah. Which
I mean, we've
seen
been
them run before.
seeing.
Yeah.
I was gonna say we've been seeing Valhalla do really well on this brawl comp, so I'm not surprised to see them kind of return to it. And on the side of We the Ops, it looks like they're also just going to be kind of running, again, this brawl right back into it. Speed boosting through choke here so no one gets caught out from the May walls.
The X-Hunter starting things off strong, able to take out Disc, and yeah, this is exactly what you want as the defending side here. You want to get quick fights, build up those ults, and just rinse and repeat here. They are able to take off just about a minute with that fight here. And we do actually see the Pharah coming out, so smart swaps there.
I will not waste this opportunity.
Now, playing against the Pharah is going to be really difficult.
A Pharah
Sorry,
and
Valhalla.
a Doomfist if they focus together on the same target here.
And that Immort is taken out pretty quickly as well. They've got to be careful. Shatter does come out, and VX Hunter is able to find, what, 3 with that? And I think they're able to win off the back of that Shatter. Oh, honestly, I would have liked to see them sort of keep that Mercy alive just for a little longer. But on the attacking side, we have 1, maybe 2 pushes here. They're getting pretty close to
But they have been able to get Valhalla to use up, an ult or 2, and I'm sure this next fight pushing in that is what they are going to be going in hoping to do.
When Chat does come out from butt, able to find, what, 2 or 3 with that, but gives his life up to take out BX Hunter. Pixar going back and forth, and is trying to bring things back right now.
Not the worst thing since they have that spawn advantage if they can kind of just really quickly focus on following up here together. And or block these 3 from being able to come back. We really need to see We the Ops kind of push in
I
aggressively.
really like these smart changes as
say
well.
dive.
Budweiser going onto the Monkey just to get back quicker. Grab does come out, but and does have the Fade. Oh, excuse me, the Wraith. Picks are going back and forth right now. It's pretty much do or die. Barrage comes out. The damage is there and is able to find Moosh.
Yeah, well-timed barrage from Magic Man, knowing that the Immort field from Moosh was pretty much ready to go down, and or weak from the rest of the team. It looks like We the Ops will put themselves on the game board.
Time for a reverse sweep? Question mark. How much
We've
time
seen
do we have
crazier
for this
things
shit?
happen. We gotta switch to the next one because we did the first 3 games, which were